they're targeting even him. I don't understand why they're targeting you. I mean, none of you guys are really pro-Israel, so what's the only
I
common...
don't know why people like to fall into this shit, because again, like, I don't really identify as pro-Israel, but I still think he likes to, I feel like he just gets a bit too conciliatory with these narratives, because again, pro-Israel is, to these guys we're talking about, pro-Israel is like, you don't pass a few very basic positions, like you don't want Israel to exist, you don't think they should have any right to defend themselves anywhere ever, like it's just, I don't know. That's enough to be pro-Israel to the people we're talking about, but yeah. Why did they go there? Give me here. What are we looking at? That's a good frame, isn't it?
Welcome.
Excellent frame. Wait, what's the volume master doing? Oh, 150. Okay, let's bring it lower.
Everybody to another H3 VOD VOD experience. Today, I am joined by the great Hutch.
Is this where they do their
who is here to
pre-recordings?
discuss Bad Empanada and Hassan as egregious doxing and defaming of himself and others. How are you, Hutch?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Very good to have you on.
Do you think Ethan's trying to tell Hutch something with that hat?
If people want to check out Hutch, by the way, it's just Hutch, right?
It's just Hutch on YouTube and Twitch, and then it's Hutchinson on Twitter.
There it is. So this all started when Bad Empanada made a video last month about you and others being involved in a program called Progressive Victory, right?
It was Progressive Victory PAC, yeah. And it's basically just this PAC that exists to push for progressive policies and candidates all over the country, yeah.
And what is the criticism? People say it's dark money, or that it's like shady, that it's not disclosed, or what's your response to all that?
I think PV gets their funds from a 501c4, so like it is dark money. So I mean, that's a separate conversation to have. Like, should left-leaning people ever take dark money? That's, I guess, a fair conversation to have.
Again,
but
Planned Parenthood is a 501c4. Never entertain this fucking bullshit. Okay, people always do this thing. Like the problem with like dark money would be a situation where you don't know the incentives of the funder. That's why Tenet Media was so fucking egregious. It wasn't just the foreign influence. It wasn't just the foreign adversary. It wasn't just the FARA violation. It was the fact that they were pretending to be someone they were not. The fake philanthropist guy. That was the problem. That was the really egregious part of it being dark money, was that you didn't actually know why the funder was what they were paying for, because they lied about it. If we look at 1630 and we're like, oh, we have no idea where this money's coming from or what it's all about, it's like, well, they're funding projects that are quite open, like abortion causes, or climate change, or workers' rights, or civil rights, or DEI. Like, it's quite obvious what they want. Now, if you can say, oh, we don't actually know what these funders want. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't. Maybe the person who funds Planned Parenthood is actually pro-life. I don't care. Like, why are they funding up? They're funding a pro-choice cause. I don't know. I don't like people taking the bait on this. It's stupid. It's dumb. Very dumb.
When you look at like TPUSA, for example, they're taking in like tens of millions of dollars. And so I don't personally think it's defensible to say that left-wing creators should just completely stay away from dark money.
Yeah, one thing that I found particularly disingenuous was in Taylor's reporting, Taylor Lorenz's recent article about Chorus and all these people who are working with them. She compares Chorus, who is paying people up to between like $1,000 and $8,000 a month, to Tenet, who is paying people millions of dollars, being funded by a foreign adversary government.
So the other thing too is like with Tenet, there were deliverables.
Yeah, you watching the streams, Ethan? Wow, what a guy. He's watching the streams. It's actually kind of obvious. Never mind.
So Tenet was paying people like Tim Pool and Dave Rubin to actually give them content, serve them content. The people in Chorus, there were no deliverables, and there's not been any indication that Chorus had any creative control over their output. So they're very, very, very different structures. Yeah.
What I understand is that it was some kind of incubator for small or upcoming or mid-sized creators, or for a bit larger creators, to mentor them, to kind of help build the left apparatus media.
Yeah, that's so like Brian Tyler Cohen, obviously a really big liberal creator on YouTube. Right after the election, he was making the same observation that a lot of us were making, which is that there's this huge asymmetry in media and alternative media. So like right wingers, they have a stronghold in social media. They are very well funded. They put out way more content. And he was making the case that we need to start like elevating more people in the liberal progressive space. And so he founded this nonprofit organization. He's not taking any kind of a paycheck. And just like right after the election, this loss, he started actually like walking the walk in a way to really materially uplift like smaller creators so that we can start to maybe compete at some point with right wingers. And for that, they're calling him corrupt or something. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, especially from him. I mean, he's a busy guy with an extremely successful channel, and he's working for this organization for free.
He's actually putting in the time,
which is worth a lot of money to him. His time, and he's putting in his time for free to help.
Max Copland, thanks for the $4.99. By the way, guys, there's 6 more super chats required to fulfill the goal. 6 more. Come on, what's wrong with you guys, idiots? Dumb fucks. Max Copeland, thanks for the $4.99. Do you mean Jewish literally, or you're all too Jewish, as in we're too critical? No. Bottomless Pit, thanks for the $10. Does anyone else think Lonerbox is hot like in a bad boy, doesn't give a fuck kind of way? Yeah. Why not? Thank you. Cute. Okay.
Mentor people, and it's very much like a fighting fire with fire situation where the Republicans, the right apparatus, is always willing to wield whatever weaponry they can, morals, justifications aside, totally secondary, right? Like winning at all costs is their thing, and that's why the left is just being destroyed on so many fronts. So it's like if things aren't going to change on the law side, then it's time to just like get in, you know. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, I feel like most of the people in that program would probably be in favor of some kind of constitutional amendment or law to get rid of dark money in politics.
Right.
But, that's a really high bar. And so long as dark money is in politics, for us to just cut ourselves off from that, I think is a bit suicidal.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. You can both participate in it because you kind of have to, but also advocate for change. So that's Taylor Lorenz's article. But we're talking about this video first that Bad Empanada made called Zionist Slop.
He loves that. He loves this picture of me. God.
But we're talking about this.
He doesn't care about the fucking resolution or anything.
This video first that Bad Empanada made called Zionist Slop Tubers Are All Paid. And you can see here, I've got the thumbnail open. It has a picture of you on the thumbnail, Lonerbox,
that's me,
who's a friend of the show also, and Dylan Burns, who, as far as I know, this guy is goes to the front line of a horrifically violent and dangerous war.
Yeah.
To report on the ground, and I don't understand why they're targeting even him. I don't understand why they're targeting you. I mean, none of you guys are really pro-Israel. So, what's the only comment?
I don't know why people like to fall into this shit. Because again, like I don't really identify as pro-Israel, but I still think he likes to. I feel like he just gets a bit too conciliatory with these narratives. Because again, pro-Israel is. To these guys we're talking about, pro-Israel is like you don't pass a few very basic positions, like you don't want Israel to exist, you don't think they should have any right to defend themselves anywhere ever. Like it's just, I don't know. That's enough to be pro-Israel to the people we're talking about. But yeah.
Reality is really that you all kind of don't like Hassan for one reason or another.
Well, we were all in that, like we all worked with that pack. This was work that was disclosed. Like I disclosed it on my stream constantly. I have a Nightbot command that still functions to this day, disclosing that I was partnering with PV. They were in my Twitter bio.
Isn't Ethan pro-Hamas? He's been saying free Pali. I don't think saying free Palestine makes you pro-Hamas. That's kind of dumb. Are you trolling? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
So what did you do with Progressive Victory?
It's basically just a pack to promote progressive policies and candidates all over the country. So they did canvassing events for like Andy Kim in New Jersey, I think. They did one for Kamala Harris in Wisconsin. I was there. We weren't paid to be at that canvassing event. But they also did one for Jamal Bowman. So like he is a very outspoken anti-Israel critic. So the idea that Progressive Victory was some Zionist entity it just crumbles when you point to a couple different things.
Was this before or after he knew about Frogan? I didn't even know Frogan did stuff with PV. That's so funny.
They approached Hassan to work with him. Why are they doing that? Frogan helped them organize an event to get out the vote
Zionists,
for something. Emma Vigeland, Ryan Grimm, Vosh,
Zionists,
none of these people.
Mossad operatives.
So either Hassan is lying, or he's accusing all of his friends or whoever else of working with a Zionist pack. Like you can only have one of those two things. You can't have
Some of the Zionist slop tubers who we've covered on this channel have been paid by Zionist organizations for quote unquote advertising services.
Here's what I want to do. Let's pull up Hassan's video. Let me play this.
Is because it's already public. Like one of the examples I'll give you is a Progressive Victory, right?
Well done.
They approached me a million fucking times, but because they
Professor Gaming, that's for $5. Is Ethan a nationalist? He keeps saying Vape Nation. I don't know what that means. Thank you.
They were like aligned and affiliated with Destiny.
2 tons in the waiting room. Nice.
Because they were like being run by Brianna Wu, I was like, I'm not touching that shit. And there's some nice people that work there, some people who are truly ambitious. But what it turned into was a fucking slush fund for Destiny's best friends.
Now that right there seems pretty insane, right?
That's a really serious thing, like to accuse someone of doing. Like,
okay. How you doing, son? Oh, he's deafened. He has no idea. There we go. Hello. How are you, son?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for asking. Oh shit. Let me just. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the quote unquote doxing thing. What Hassan did was not doxing by any means. So doxing, at least on Twitch, is defined as like revealing public information, maliciously revealing public information. So like revealing public information with like the intent like that this person's gonna get harassed, or like someone's gonna go, I don't know, to his house for like threaten him or try to like with violence. Hassan was watching a video. He did not intend to like. Do you think Hassan intended to? Yeah. Do you think when on stream Hassan showed like there's a 9-digit zip code, which is not the address? I don't think you can. I think it narrows it down to a street, or like a block. I don't know.
Street, yes. And also, if you go on the site, like, you can lead people to people's addresses fairly easily. Like my front door was doxed by people who were spreading this shit around.
Did they get that through your zip?
No, they got it from. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how, but Bad and Panada posted instructions for how to get to it. Yeah.
Oh,
from
damn.
I
didn't know he would dox like full address. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, with the 9, I know with the 9-number zip code that narrows it down to like a street. So. Yeah.
Okay, so they could theoretically
also
a house.
Not to mention the Twitch doxing definition. So what they say here, doxing often. So first of all, you acknowledge that just because something's already published, you can still use it to dox, right?
Yes, if you do it with malicious intent.
So when they say doxing often involves bad actors attempting to cause inconvenience, harm, embarrassment, or shame by publishing confidential information about a person. You don't think that this was being done in the context of trying to cause embarrassment or shame, saying that these people were funded to do Zionist... What was this? When Hassan was saying that these people were being funded as a DGG slush fund to do Zionist propaganda.
Hassan never claimed they he said DGG slush fund. I don't think he claimed ever in the video I watched that it was for Zionist propaganda.
Are you sure?
But Bad Empanada did. And he also pushed back against Bad Empanada's claims a little bit in the video. And he said
he didn't push back. He said it's not just this; it's also other things. He just added stuff, and he got really insecure by people knowing more, thinking that he doesn't know more.
Yeah. So the question is, do you think Hassan showed this on stream so that people would go harass these people?
I don't care if I don't care if he was thinking that at the time, like that was the state of mind. It's a reckless behavior with the size of your audience. With the size of your audience, it is a reckless disregard for people's privacy and safety. Yes.
But then he didn't do it with malicious intent. He was just, you could say he was just, he was very dumb or something like that. He didn't do it.
Well, recklessness is still is a bit worse than just being dumb. I mean, you can actually, if you want to bite a bullet right now to say that he is so retarded that he will actually just pull up of the information of at least like 8 or 9 creators, all of whom he has slandered in the past, and who is his audience, he knows will go after him. Will go after these people. Yeah, you can just say he's too fucking stupid to realize what he did, but it seems to be now that he's just denying doing any of it, and also denying even knowing who the people are.
I think he just forgot who Dylan Burns is, because Dylan Burns is like, he only talked like the last time he talked about like Dylan Burns like in depth by himself was like 2 years ago.
He's just pretending to not know who these people are so that he looks a bit less fucking obsessed with people who criticize him.
Why would anybody care about who Dylan Burns is, bro? Bro averages like 4K views.
I don't know.
4K.
Why does Hassan spend all this time talking about anyone who seems to have fuck all views? Me, Hutch, we're all tiny apparently. We are tiny. He still talks about us fucking incessantly. Yeah. Even Destiny's not even that big in terms of live viewership compared to Hassan. Hassan yaps him all the fucking time.
Destiny's not big at all. So wish I take good pride in.
So sticking to the point, Hassan clearly devotes a strange amount of attention to people who don't have that many viewers, because we're thrown in his side, because we criticize his political takes, and he's too stupid to defend himself on the takes. So he goes after all this retarded personal shit, like PV, DGG slush fund, Zionist slush fund.
How has he attacked you personally?
Is that a serious question?
When I see him attack you, it's does association. When I see him attack you, it's mostly for like your Israel takes. It's not
really. He sits there and refutes things I say about Israel.
No, he
accuses me of being paid by them. Yeah. That's a personal attack. That's a baseless personal attack.
No, I don't think
slander.
He accuses. He said it might. I don't think he's ever accused you outright of being paid by Israel. If I'm correct. I don't think he's ever accused you outright of being paid by Israel.
Let me find this stream. Let's word search this stream, shall we?
I should have started this debate better. I'm a little bit thirsty as well, but it doesn't matter. I want everybody in Lonerbox's chat to know that Hassan won. Ethan Klein is on 2.64 million.
Victory was doing Zionist propaganda.
With 2.94 million subscribers.
Here.
Yeah.
So if Progressive Victory was hiring,
Hassan's getting 50K
these slop tubers are paid
DGD,
for going in Hassan's chat and spamming at Hassan that he was like a liberal Zionist genocide supporter. Like but he was so happy to use bad.
I need to find Destiny did a react to this that doesn't have that's got this stuff censored. Maybe it's here.
Listen, Teuton, nobody cares. Okay, buddy? Nobody gives a
I care. I care. The DGG definitely cares about trying to ruin Hassan's grill. And Lonerbox
how many people in here do you think are DGG?
He kissed
dude?
Destiny's
Loner,
ring. He moved into doing pro-genocide propaganda for Israel.
I think probably 90% of former DGG
to get people on his side, defending him from the sex crime allegations, and like
I think 90% of
Zionist propaganda
because there's DGG now. Yes.
To spread Zionist propaganda.
Hey, Loner, remember when you were getting like 1.5K views? When Destiny was not streaming, like a couple months ago, or like about a month ago, before you like went in on him again.
For example, I see a Destiny mod in chat. Spriggs 111. I literally see a Destiny mod in chat. Right there. The Destiny mod that was
moved into doing pro-genocide propaganda.
Ethan
I like how does he just spend his whole life covering Israel
Discord.
Israel, Gaza.
The obvious fact that Israel commits genocide and stuff like that. You can't
talk
about, bro. All you do is talk about me and
websites, dude. Like, why do you care about
Israel over and over again? They can't hit that as hard as they once did because they did do that for the past 22 months. They did that pretty aggressively, right?
Yeah, the thing.
If they're criticizing Israel, they just like attacked
why does
Slander
this matter?
in a way for them to basically position themselves not as like super pro-Israel, because
Hassan played the video on Steam.
Zionist project in Israel.
Don't you think it's weird that Hassan spends a lot of time obsessing about this shit too instead of talking about the issues?
No, I don't think
Israel and came back. Said I made fun of her.
Israel. She went in the reverse direction as the general public on this issue.
Yes, Brianna Wu, notoriously stubborn and known for adhering to consistent.
Go in on all of these people personally instead of attacking their political positions. He doesn't even attack Loner's political positions.
Destiny and his orbit have like tried to harass his girlfriend. Ethan Klein has as well. Yes, I think he should honestly do more. He should fight more. They've been they've tried to like say go after his girlfriend, tried to Yeah, like Ethan Klein made a story in the Hate Tree subreddit. There was a 1.1K upvoted thing that was saying that people should target Hassan's girlfriend and
I very
like
much
ask
doubt
them-
that Ethan did that. It would surprise me hardcore that
No,
if he did that.
He did. He posted an Instagram story of Hassan in the top saying that he has a secret girlfriend. He did. But
Okay, but that's
he
not
didn't do
going
that.
after. Anyway,
Well,
sorry,
the subreddit
Loner,
was.
did you
Okay,
find it?
sorry. The subreddit was his fans.
Yeah, let me find
But,
it here. It's the one where he's like crying about people thinking Bad and Banana is smarter than him. Where is it? Let's see.
Please speak on the thousands of dollars Hassan made over Hind Rajab's murder.
I need a drink water quickly. I don't think I've done a good debate performance. I came here near. Oh God. Okay. Sorry. Be back in 5 seconds.
I'll
5
just get this
minutes.
thing.
1 minute.
I'm sorry.
How old is this fucking clip? Hang on. Fucking stop posting so much, Yeet. Jesus. No thing for Taylor Lorenz. That's stupid. Where's the one where he's basically just signing off? I think it's actually in the Yeet clip.
Do you remember like a word or phrase that he said during it?
I'm not gonna get it through Filma if that's what you're saying.
Oh, I absolutely can. There are Hassan VOD archive channels on YouTube. It's pretty fucking brilliant.
It's something about, I can't remember. It's something about the back end. He knows more of the back end. I think it's here, right? Is it somewhere here?
There is this attitude that
Oh, it's too fucking short though. Hang on. What about back end? Let's see back end.
Lonerbox thing.
I wanted to say
Like,
also,
what is he? He's
Dan
like just
Saltman doxed the reason he got banned on Twitch because he doxed one of Hassan's underage mods and said his full name and the city he lives in.
There's a thing about back end from this VOD.
A lot of
Does
people
anybody in the
have
chat
that,
know?
Is very frustrating.
Yeah,
I
he
know
says,
more
"I know
about
more
this
about
back
the
end than
back
he
end of
does.
this."
Okay,
No, that's
so
not.
Shut the fuck
that's
Oh, it'll be in my stream VODs. What am I doing? I'm being an idiot. It's here.
Oh wait, no, it is. I know more about the back end of this. Yeah, that's it.
So if I go back end, Lonerbox live, I'll find it here.
If you want to find like the actual context of it, it's like Hasanabi VOD archives, VODs archive. There's like 2 or 3 channels that I use when I want to look for Hassan VODs.
Oh, Hassan. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about Hasanabi archive. That's like a bot channel. No, it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, that's the point. We're trying to find the context.
Yeah, there's a VODs channel. Yeah,
Can't
I
do
know.
that. Hang on, where is it? Here.
I don't. Oh yeah, this is irrelevant. But Hassan lets like random Vietnamese like bot channels just like upload his shit with AI editing, and like they like just fully bot their videos.
Where
So,
is this?
I don't know why I needed to add that in.
How old was this? September 2nd. Okay.
I know he accused Destiny of going on a paid trip, but I don't think he accused you directly.
I mean, yeah, he basically did because they went on that trip together.
He has done that a few times, actually. Yeah.
And honestly, it's valid to say that.
No, it's not.
That to have suspicion that Destiny especially.
He didn't express suspicion. He said it like it was a fact. He did it about me as well. Again, like if you're gonna. When he was doing that fucking fake English accent.
If he did, that's wrong. If he did, that's wrong. If he did,
I mean, it's a personal attack. It's slander. That's what we're saying he does. He can't critique my actual takes on Palestine because this fucking retard didn't even know what he didn't even know why Jews cared about the Western Wall, dude. This guy's a fucking moron. He is completely out of his depth. He thinks right now he thinks that the reasonable fucking ceasefire deal is. He thinks Hamas were being reasonable when they rejected the Witkoff plan all the way up until Israel said, okay, we're not doing this anymore. And then 2 weeks later, they're like, we'll do it now. Yeah. And he thinks that's like a reasonable position from them.
Former State Department people like Matthew Miller have came out and said that Netanyahu, why the fuck can I not speak? Told him that he would want to keep this war on for decades and that he purposely, I cannot speak.
I know more about
the ceasefire deals on purpose. These are former U.S. State Department officials that worked in the Biden administration.
I think it's here, which is fucking retarded. Sorry.
You recognize that? That the former Biden Biden.
We would
Yeah,
need.
I know that Netanyahu has at moments in this war has hamstrung temporary ceasefire deals. He has never gone against the idea of like a full end to the war. Again, the problem that you're just never going to digest is that you don't think it's reasonable for Israel or even people in Gaza to say that if they want an end to this war, it has to be with Hamas out of power and out of and the leaders exiled.
Most people in Gaza support Hamas. I've seen the statement in Al Jazeera Arabic. Hamas is a very popular force. Hamas would win elections.
Oh, Al Jazeera Arabic. Okay, hang on. Where's this? And also saying that the differences that they have in other issues are just not worth enough.
Far, so I think it's fine to take the public.
It's about the anti-Semite and how they
like
operate
when I
in bad
saw
faith.
the post about Abu dying, and like every comment with like 6K likes was like, "Oh, he's a martyr." Everybody was mourning him. So it seems like Hamas still has quite a lot of support.
The anti-Semite doesn't accuse the Jew of stealing. What am I looking at here? Sorry, to the Biden money, their obsession again is met more than up.
I'm right, right? People say Hamas would win elections now. Failed.
No less.
The PA.
Yeah, I know.
They just would.
Not as like drama.
In Gaza, again, public opinion is fairly hard to gauge in Gaza right now for obvious reasons. But again, even if they did, even if they would, that doesn't by any means mean that it's good for Palestinians that Hamas keeps the war going. Like, they should give up. They should stop. Like, they're not helping anyone by fighting. They're not helping anyone.
Aside, they should not give up and stop and be ethnically cleansed. No.
Yeah. You would again. Yes. But the thing is that when you say that you're just admitting to me that you don't actually believe what's happening right now is a genocide. Can you imagine if you were in the Warsaw Ghetto?
No, fully ethnic.
Yeah, can you imagine if we were like in the Warsaw Ghetto and the Nazis went to them and they were like, okay, well, I guess they're not really fighting. The Jews weren't really fighting for most of the Warsaw Ghetto, but let's say they were. And the Nazis said, okay, stop fighting and we'll just deport you to fucking Madagascar or Palestine or wherever else. And the Jews were like,
I think there's more honor in dying in Gaza than being... I think there's more honor in dying in Gaza than leaving.
Whose choice is that to make, you fucking psycho? Whose choice is that to make? Do the civilians in Gaza who are finding themselves next to a fucking Hamas guy who's firing rockets or above a tunnel, like, what the fuck is... Okay, we're watching this thing about back end. I don't
the
care.
waters
I'm
a little bit.
Relitigating, like, you vicariously feeling honorable through dead Palestinians. That's fucking mental.
Because, like, it's not
Just to be clear, you know that his history and Paul...
Get out for that.
Where's this back end thing? Hang on. Oh, okay,
You
we're
take
going to
that
share
back.
screen.
Wait, what? Did he just leave? What the
leave?
fuck?
Maybe he's,
Yes,
he might come
did.
back.
Okay. Why?
If he comes back in the waiting room, let me know. Politics are like
I'll
equally retarded.
drag
It's
him
just
in
that-
if he
yeah,
comes
again, whatever.
back.
About that is a function of it for sure. But
Oh yeah, this is what he was saying. This is when he's basically just like confirming everything he says, but saying, "I know more." Interview with actually worked hard, a million. Stop talking. You actually said fuck. Matt Bender made up shit.
bad empanadas like
Destiny and
I don't think it's like, I mean, this is like,
oh my god. B2? Yeah, well, they don't care. They don't care. It's all just made up shit. Yeah? Fuck, that is.
Destiny and
I don't think it's like, I mean, this is like bad empanadas like drama.
Oh, it's here. He's saying here. It's because it's the transcript. That's why it doesn't look like it's syncing. He's saying here that they were supposed to do Zionist propaganda and kiss the ring regarding Destiny. And then Hassan elaborates.
Muddying the waters a little bit. Because, like, it's not just...
Just to be clear, you know that his history and politics are... Sorry, I can find it now. What the fuck? Hassan Daily.
Wait, find what now?
This fucking VOD, paid influencer. It's on this channel. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. And it's... He's got like 3 videos saying the same shit. Okay, here. Oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one where you can actually see all the doxes. Nice one. We gotta avoid that. So 17... 3. Okay, this is where it is. Okay.
money. So all of this is publicly available information from money from people under the guise of by like Destiny and Brianna Wu, basically to like a political action committee founded by like Destiny and Brianna Wu, basically to like steal money from people under the guise of them donating it to like the Biden election campaign. And in a 2-year period from 2023 to 2024, they distributed a hands with them basically for 2 things: to do Zionist propaganda and to kiss the ring regarding like Destiny. And
I don't think it's like, I mean, this is like Bad Empanadas like drama side muddying the waters a little bit, because like it's not just about that. That is a function of it for sure.
Like, he's confirming what he's saying. Yeah, the function of it to do Zionist propaganda and the Destiny ring. Like, fuck off, whatever. He's not pushing back on any of it. He's confirming it.
I'm trying to find. I was trying to find the VOD, but I made the mistake of putting Zionist propaganda into the Filmont search.
Uh-oh.
That was not a good idea
Okay.
because it's Hassan. So
Well, I'm gonna keep watching this Hutch stream. Why not? Okay.
yeah. All right. Good luck.
He's basically accusing me and everyone that was involved with this pack of defrauding people who donated money to it. He's accusing us of, I guess, not doing any work. Like, the other thing to point out here, which is, you know, really crucial to understanding why this is so insane, was that Destiny was not a formal part of this pack. He did not fund the pack. He did not fund the creators. They collaborated with him, I think, 2 times for canvassing events. But like I said a moment ago, they also collaborated with Vosh and Emma Vigeland and Ryan Grimm. And
Frogan.
You know, and Frogan, yeah, she helped to turn out the book kind of thing.
And Valkyrie.
And Pokimane, and then the list goes on. I mean, there's
literally
so
everybody
many other.
He knows.
Right, there's so many other creators in the probably most of the creators in the program that were anti-Israel. But I mean, just the casual nature of accusing all of us of defrauding donors.
I love this. What it's like? Destiny took a lot of credit for it. Yeah, because it was mostly DGGers who did the canvassing. Yeah, of course. What the fuck are you talking about? I love it how you think that's giving anything. That's giving any credence to him saying that people were paid to do Zionist propaganda and kiss the. It's whatever. I'm on to you guys. You fucking. Absolute weirdos.
Like taking money corruptly. I can't believe like people just throw that out there so flippantly. Like I was pretty shocked when I saw him say that. Because there's just nothing that you can point to at all to justify that claim. Like nothing.
And it's really interesting to see how they deployed the Destiny boogeyman. Like, Destiny is not even involved in this pack, and somehow, and even though it includes almost everybody he knows, he's still somehow able to deploy Destiny as this omnipresent boogeyman that explains that all of Destiny's friends are being paid by a slush fund.
This is what they do. Like, when that crowd identifies you as an enemy for deviating even just 1% from their orthodoxy, they will call you a Zionist and they will call you a Destiny orbiter, even though I have not spoken to Destiny since January. Like,
are you a Destiny orbiter, Hutch?
I have never been a Destiny orbiter. Yeah, the whole situation is just, you know, I like, listen, we cover politics. You know, I don't know how much you guys cover politics these days, but if you're a political creator, you know, you hop into this arena and you kind of know, like, one of the things you have to just make peace with is that you're going to be dealing with people that have, you know, pretty big communities. They're going to be really passionate about these issues, and that's fine. Like, if you want to call me bald or ugly or whatever, like, that stuff does not hurt my feelings after like 16 years on the internet.
No, bald.
If you want to attack my positions and say that I have a bad argument or something like that, that's fair game. I might even concede that it's a bad argument in this case or that case. But to accuse me and everybody else that was involved with that pack of like this kind of corruption, and they took it even further. I mean, he was claiming that they were paying us to be, you know, silent on Gaza. There's nothing to point to justify that claim. Like, nothing.
That's a really, really heinous accusation.
In these days, especially when people are...
That's like a kill shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you think about it in that crowd, it's like the mortal sin because, you know, they're anti-capitalist and they're anti-colonial.
It's worse than that, is that he was saying that people should do Zionist propaganda. That was a function of it. I don't know how, but yeah.
Like, that's like that, or anti-imperialist, whatever you want to call it. So like, those are their 2 foundational principles. And so this kind of combines both of those things. So like, we're corruptly influenced by money to be silent about a genocide. And so I can't think of like there's only a few things that you could be accused of in the space that would be worse than that. And he just did it so casually, based on nothing.
Yeah, he's conditioned his audience to kind of just uncritically accept whatever he says, and it's really helped him kind of skirt any criticism and really just to level the most defamatory and just malicious claims against his perceived political opponents. I mean, they claim that I'm a Destiny Orbiter, and I've never even spoken to him. I don't even fucking know the guy. And I'm a Destiny Orbiter. Meanwhile, we got Hassan on the record saying shit like this.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
I mean, why is he trying to get that guy laid? That's the last thing that guy needs.
I wanted to say that what you said really resonates with me too, because before all of this, like, people would call me ugly, a skeleton, whatever. I could handle that. I had no problem with those things. It was funny to me. But nowadays, it's resorted to like calling me a terrorist, a valid target,
baby killer,
a baby killer.
Yeah.
And it all originated from us just not fully agreeing to the 1000% on all points.
And I didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole because I was like, I can't be aligned with something like this because of the people that I am, the people that are running this. And also the people that they think are good voices.
And it's also kind of telling because, Hassan says that...
No, not another fucking Project Veritas expose. I mean, they're always bullshit, right? They're always like massively exaggerated and editorialized. Fuck that. Fuck that. Steven Spielberg apparently really wanted to direct the new Call of Duty movie. Oh, poor guy. Poor Steven. iDubbbz, Ethan, Billy Mitchell. Who's Billy Mitchell? Should I know who Billy Mitchell is? Nick DeOrio thinks Dylan Burns is the best political streamer.
Goes to the front line of a horrifically violent and dangerous war.
Dylan Burns is unironically, without me, full glaze in effect. Dylan Burns is the best political streamer. He's the only one who goes out there and legitimately fucking lives the shit that he tells people about. He got guys. I don't think he has any Ukrainian fucking family members or heritage. He fell in love with the cause and went to a war zone to become a journalist. Okay, there is nobody more respect. I haven't talked to Dylan Burns, I think, in like 2 years. There is nobody I respect more in Twitch politics or even politics in general from influencer politics, than Dylan Burns. He is literally the top. He is the highest echelon of the totem pole.
Quite true. Quite true. Did it for nothing as well. Didn't do it for audience growth or anything. Just did it because he cares.
Bro. Ethan loves talking about tokens. He won't even let his fucking Lebanese employees say shit, which is why he has to bring in another...
Again, AB, he's talking about AB here. Like, AB can say whatever he wants. He chooses not to interject with these things.
Lebanese Scottish guy.
That's me.
Because he knows that AB does not agree with Ethan on this stuff. So he has to get a Lebanese dick rider who's desperate for a fucking crumb of clout to come on his stream to be like, yes, well, do you know what a snipe job looks like? I'll have you know, Israel would never snipe babies in the head. Oh, you're telling me that they have? Well, it must be an accident. Also, I went on a paid trip to Israel, and that's not weird. It's not weird that I went on a paid trip.
Every single sentence about me is a fucking lie. It's just so obvious. Okay, whatever.
He didn't want to be a part of this because of the people that were associated with it. And, fine, that's fair. But the whole point was that you had these people with...
He does it again? This must be a different video, right? It's not the same.
So he has to get...
Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, thank you. I got you. Thank you for your links. Thank you for your service.
Really wildly diverse viewpoints on things, but they were all getting together to sort of like get out the vote during an election. So those creators were willing to put those differences aside for some kind of greater cause, and that was just not a factor in Hassan's thinking or whatever. It's also getting worse. So I've been I'm super online, and so like I've just been really plugged into this political space, especially like left-wing political space, for a really long time, and their anger has been escalating more and more. So they got really pissed after 2016 when Bernie lost. They got really upset in 2020 when Bernie lost again in the primaries after Super Tuesday. And it was really during the Biden years, because I used to be friendly with like a lot of these people. I did collaborations with Mike. I did collaborations with Hassan, really? And back then Trump was the...
That must be why he gets the extra hate, I guess. Like there's nothing worse than a traitor, right?
The villain, like such a clear villain, and so there just wasn't as many opportunity for super disagreements. But during the Biden years is when things really kind of clicked for me that, wait a second, I think these people are maybe like pretty destructive and not helpful.
Also, ironically, now they hate Bernie Sanders. You can no longer admit to being a Bernie Sanders supporter in these spaces. Otherwise, you're pro-genocide.
Yeah, according to BE. I mean, they don't like AOC. A lot of them don't like AOC anymore because she was pretty strong in support of Kamala. You know, she gave a really strong speech in support of her at the DNC. And they're going to turn on Mamdani at some point.
I 100% agree. As much as people are alarmist about him being like anti-Zionist and all this, or like pro-terrorism and all this hysteria, which I totally disagree with, because I've seen him speak and he's, by all accounts, seems like a really nice, thoughtful guy. But I've also seen him say stuff like his heart is with these Israeli civilians who were killed on October 7th, and that he doesn't deny the atrocities. And I'm like, well, that right there alone is going to get him in trouble when people start,
He's very far left in his politics. However, I think he ran a really savvy campaign, and he's showing, I think he's showing himself to be pretty pragmatic like now. And so, if I was in New York, I would definitely vote for him for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just getting back to the thing before, I mean, it's just the accusation that PV was doing Israeli propaganda is so absurd when you look at the list of creators that they were working with. And there is literally nothing you can say to justify that claim. And the fact that he acknowledges in the same breath that they approached him to collaborate, I think that shows you right there that it's not a misunderstanding. He's maliciously lying, obviously, because if PV was this super Zionist organization, then they obviously would not be trying to collaborate with him.
Yeah, of course.
It just makes no fucking sense. It's not some small thing. It's like Hilo was saying, it's if you make fun of my appearance or something, if superficial, it's whatever. It really doesn't bother me. It really does bother me when people are accusing me of something that corrupt. Like that's profoundly upsetting. And I think like for someone that has his size of an audience to do something like that so casually is crazy. Talk about corruption. Talk about being corrupted with power. Right. To weaponize your own audience in that way is just one of the most reprehensible things that you can do.
Let's continue.
People in Destiny's orbit, for God knows what. These are like relatively small streamers who clearly have no real pull. And paying them for advertising services is fucking insane, given that they have no pull.
Yeah, it's like Hunter Avalon.
I know, for the first time ever, this fucking third world, this absolute fucking white colonizer fucking retard is surprised that people in America spend lots of money on politics. Wow.
There's like a lot of orbiters. There's a dude who is Destiny's chef. Like he used to sometimes appear.
I know about this guy, Destiny's Chef, ironically. He's like super anti-Israel.
That's the other thing too.
Oh no. What happened in chat here? What's going on? Uh-oh, Ethan defending Mamdani. Countdown to David spurging out. Oh no, is Ethan glazing Zohran? That's good. Chase. Chase is familiar. Red. So red.
Like if you go to Lycan's webpage, he is like mega. Especially
Operation Cast Lead. Lycan loves Operation Cast Lead. Loves it.
To Israel. So the fact that Hassan is referencing him is just another reason why this whole line of attack makes no sense.
And then he, like you pointed out, but he's like, and they even wanted me.
Right. Yeah.
For their for their Zionist propaganda one, they wanted Hassan Piker. Okay, Mossad agent, double agent.
It's like
what some of them are saying is like they did that to keep people off their trail. It's like at that point you're at that point you've now broed yourself into like a really ridiculous conspiracy theory that doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Videos named Lycan, who's just his chef apparently, and he gets paid there as well.
I love how he goes, apparently, I don't know, but this guy's on the payroll.
And
so,
it's just
like another thing to point out is that the program wound down after the election. So nobody's getting paid, like no creators are getting paid by PV. And they're speaking about it in the current tense, like we're still getting paid. And it was like four or 5 months of work, and that was it. Yeah. It
was explicitly for the election.
It was not just like one election. It was like elections all over the country and other progressive causes. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think he's slipping up a little bit here because I don't think he's blurring the line. I think he's very clearly stepping beyond it with these accusations he's making against you and some of the other ones that are clearly anti-Israel, right? It's just, I don't even think it's really debatable at this point.
It's an obvious malicious lie. There's just no other way to interpret it. Yeah.
So he's pulling up Bad Empanada's tweets here, in which he's straight up doxing.
Why did they pay Lycan and Zanderhall? I think Lycan did. You can ask him if you want. I don't think he would tell you. I don't think he wouldn't answer. I'm pretty sure he was to do with organizing, wasn't he? Because there were some people who weren't doing content creation. They were doing like organizational roles, people like Pixie and shit. Actually, I'm pretty sure if you just look, because again, people who are so curious about this can just look. If I look for progressive victory, Zanderhall did content and got his audience engaged. That's what they went. That's what they went to him for. Let me see. Here. It's so fucking mental when you see this because it just shows you how it shows you how fucking madly open it all was.
Yeah,
Pretty young politically active people. You guys both took like pretty different paths.
Yeah,
pretty exceptional paths actually. You went to the front lines in Ukraine.
Yeah.
To take pictures.
Yeah.
And you are an organizer for, what's your job description for Progressive Victory?
I basically work streamer operations and Progressive
Streamer
Victory.
operations, yeah.
Yeah, I go around finding the other streamers and basically, you know, helping manage and discuss future issues and what we should do to tackle those problems that arise. I want to know what started your political journey, Dylan. Like, what was the...
Wow, cute. Okay. Yeah, it's... You can just look. It's not that difficult. Is that Pixie? Yes.
All of these creators that Hassan is now identified as Zionist propagandists, right? And, you know, backtrack to just a month or two ago when Noah Samson was saying it's time to elevate against these propagandists. Protest isn't enough. We know where they are. And now Hassan is pulling up Bad Empanada, their attack dog, who's sharing the state, the zip code, the city of where everybody lives. Completely inappropriate, completely unnecessary, and malicious. I mean, just malicious.
Avalon, Hutch, Destiny's own personal chef. Like, this is what happened. This is what took place. Okay? And the pack actually did...
Thank you, Mr. Boxman, for your service.
Wow, thanks for the 1999. I really appreciate that, you're a bandit. That's so generous of you. How's the goal doing? The goal might be in dire straits. No, it's only two more. Two more for the goal, guys. Get it together.
Unironically, raise a bunch of money off of like people who thought that they were giving money to a political action committee that was going to go around and you know, do door knocking campus operations.
Wouldn't the chef get paid for catering an event? I don't think Lycan's only skill as a human being is cooking. I think Lycan is capable of doing other things. As far as I know, I don't think he just kind of rolled out. I don't think he was born to cook. I think that was one of his jobs, and that was a personal job for Destiny. That wasn't to do with Progressive Victory.
Which they did.
This terminally unemployed retard is attacking Hutch for talking to Ethan. A marathon of blatant lies. Being accused of being silent on Gaza is a really, really heinous accusation. That's like a kill shot. Israel's not trying to murder all Palestinians. That's the point. The death count is sobering and horrific, but intent has to matter. This is being silent, but he's talking about it. Him being silent is saying they're not trying to murder all the Palestinians in Gaza. Do you still think, does this guy still think that they're doing that? In 2 years, they managed to kill like, it's like 2+ million people there. This is in November. The fuck? Okay. November 23, whatever. Fucking, it's the unemployment, bro. There's the unemployment going to your brain. Serious levels of unemployment. Dangerous. Unemployed as fuck, N_N, or U_U in the chat. Wow.
Which they did.
They were being frauded because they thought they were paying for this. What they did do that.
Which they did.
But also what they did, let me completely invent something.
But also turned around and basically created this fucking like...
They made a whole debunking clip. I don't care. That person is fucking insane. That person is... I've never seen someone so unbelievably shagged when it comes to just like dealing with reality. This person was talking about... I can't even bother looking through all this shit because, oh, Hutch was talking about it. Maybe Hutch has... Hutch hasn't tweeted 60 times in the last 24 hours, so we can maybe get it from him more accessible. Hutch? I think Hutch tweeted about it yesterday. He has been busy as well. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm behind. Lorenz. Oh yeah, because we mentioned Frogan. And then somewhere, I think... And you would think, okay, if you're saying this was a DOXXING payment for a pro-Israel pack, surely you're going to double take when you find out that Frogan worked with these people. But they don't. Now they just say, Frogan disclosed. It's like, holy fucking goalposts. I mean, I don't know if like the unemployment or all the Twitter usage just like rots your short-term memory, but this is in the same day that they're saying this. It's so fucking cooked. But they'll just keep going. There's no fucking shame. There's no embarrassment. There's no, because again, you're dealing with people who are not living by the same standards as you. They don't care about truth. They don't care about being correct. They care about furthering an ideological goal. So first, on September 3rd, it's a pro-Israel pack, but I guess later on at September 3rd, it's, oh, actually, there's just only disclosure, even though people in PV disclosed. They disclosed.
Pay structure for a bunch of Destiny's friends.
Why the fuck would this giant pack be...
Another clip? Wait, really? Another one? This isn't the same one. Please don't be the same fucking
Here
one.
is famous, according to Ethan Klein, Palestinian defender, Lonerbox, on a propaganda trip to Israel, talking to one of the settlers who is a defender of Baruch Goldstein. I wonder if they will call into question some of the actions that we just described.
2,000-year-old building, and you see that people come here, all kinds of Jews. It's an important site.
Okay. Jews and Muslims are really close together.
Yeah, there's a door.
So he's just watching us talking to him, and then
no way.
Where's the commentary?
Okay, that's good.
We completely abhor
already
that.
Posted our react to this.
And Hutch content, Plaza and THX.
My coverage.
3.
Thanks for the $10, Melinda. My coverage on this thing made Yishai so fucking mad that he like was like sending me voice notes on WhatsApp. But okay.
And have no justification for it. That being said, to understand the milieu of what was happening there, there was tremendous terrorism. He was a known doctor.
Okay, so he said propaganda trip, whatever. I love it how, again, like it's so selective with the stuff that we did there.
Some kind of destiny.
We also spoke to people who want that guy killed, by the way. It's okay.
Puppet. It doesn't even make sense on its face. It's Alex Jones levels conspiracy theories here. Like what the fuck?
We're in Candace Owens territory for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Bad Empanada's doing his thing, doing slander, doxing, okay, defamation, all this good shit. Hassan lets it play, continue to play while he goes to the bathroom.
There's also the support Patreon, Bad Empanada, and Blue Sky, and all the the places to support him.
He trusts Bad Empanada so much. He's such an infallible, trustworthy voice. He's comfortable walking off and letting him take the audience by...
Socrates Nuts, thanks for the $9.99. Here's my dark money contribution. Please stop asking me for things. Well, I need more. What? Clover, thanks for the £5. Support for the Lonely Box. Leah MFB, thanks for the $5. Every time I get to watch a stream, this guy is here defending Hassan and is helping spread his lies. It's weird. Well, I'm sure you mean Tuton, not me. Professor Gaming, thanks for the $5. Is Ethan a nationalist? He keeps saying Vape Nation. Jane Socks, thanks for the $10. Leah, thanks for the tier 2 sub. Nice one.
Let him lead the conversation with zero oversight.
Zionist like propaganda really isn't that
Hold on, I gotta
profitable to
pee.
do
That's
anymore
why I'm
as an
playing this
independent
real
creator, because the appetite for it among
No,
the
Hassan says
out of
he's
the
walking
chair.
off right now. He needs to pee, and he keeps
has
playing.
massively decreased, and it's only getting worse for them. So there's very little organic financial incentive, as in like people coming to watch your videos willingly and
Why would there be an organic financial incentive for a political?
donating to you, like out of the, just random people donating to you rather than big donors, like, because they like your content. So it doesn't really make sense. Most of the Zionist slop tubers have stagnated or like seen their audiences drop as they have supported Israel throughout the genocide. So it doesn't really make much sense. So the question is, where's the incentive, right? Obviously, these people don't believe the shit that they spew in most cases. They're just doing it because they feel a need, like a primal need to defend Israel.
What does that
So
mean?
the question...
All right.
He's like, I can't
God.
logically explain this. So let me, it's just primal. It's a natural, it's just this instinct that people have. They can't fight it.
I got into a back and forth with Taylor Lorenz actually over the weekend. And she like kept on questioning me. She was like, well, are you a Zionist? Like she just kept on it. Like it was really, I think revealing of where she gets her information from.
Are you not sick of covering this shit? It's so toxic. You're not going to change. He's not going to change. What's the point? Well, I think it's interesting content, I guess. It's quite fascinating to me watching how people can be so stupid and so hateful and still be held in high regard. These people have an impact on politics. They have an impact on young people who are interested in leftward-leaning politics, which is also people who would maybe otherwise be a bit more fucking normal if they had better influences in their lives than this stuff. It's content. I guess entertainment is part of the job as well. It's people attacking me personally, so it feels like it makes some sense to respond to a degree. But, it also occasionally they'll say something really, really stupid, and it gives me an avenue to tell people who would otherwise not hear it some knowledge about the conflict. Yeah, there's lots of different reasons to talk about these things. It's interesting to me. It's interesting to the people watching. Yeah, I'll do other stuff as well, but fuck.
Seeing Taylor Lorenz on TikTok, she cruises into random Jewish people's TikToks and leaves comments on their videos, small creators, and being like, just so you guys know, Zionism is Nazism. Have a nice day. And like, these are just Jewish people minding their own business, not talking about Israel, not talking about Zionism. And like, that's just racism.
I mean, speaking of her, I mean, she just yesterday clarified that nowhere in her reporting and nothing that she saw during the process of investigating this story indicated that the chorus creators were getting paid to do Israeli propaganda. That didn't stop really enormous left-wing voices like Hassan. I saw Crystal Ball sort of like make this argument in a roundabout way. Emma Vigland was lending credence to the idea that these chorus creators were being paid for their silence on Israel. But that's in those spaces, that is really one of the worst things that you could accuse a creator of doing. And according to Taylor Lorenz herself, nothing that she said or reported on substantiated this claim at all. So they just made this claim up. And I cannot stress enough how crazy it is that people that are well established on social media in the political space would throw out an accusation so disgusting with nothing to point to substantiate the claim at all. That's a big problem. To me, that is a really big problem. And there's been recent discourse about, what type of lefty should we distance ourselves from and what type of lefty should we welcome into the coalition. There's been a lot of that discourse in the last couple months. And I think this issue has given us such a clear dividing line. So like if you were a creator that was accusing like Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman of getting paid to not talk about Israel, I think it's safe to say that we should just not associate with those people ever. They're never going to be a productive part of the coalition. They're arsonists. They don't want to work with the Democratic Party. They want to destroy it and replace it with their own party. Every day that goes by where they haven't destroyed the Democratic Party, they just get angrier and angrier and angrier and more destructive. But and for what? Like again, Brian Tyler Cohen did not get paid for this. He was out there for the love of the game, like actually just walking the walk and earnestly trying to elevate smaller creators in the space so that they can have a bigger platform.
And they call you racists, and it's just the wheels keep on turning.
Too, who by all accounts is a completely good, regular, liberal guy who's trying to put good content out there. By the way, the two largest creators they accused in that article was Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman, right?
Correction, Ethan, you fool. It was the top 3 creators targeted who were Jewish. Aaron Parnas busted. Jewish confirmed.
Yeah, what do they have in common?
I'm really charitable about people, I think. Like, I'm pretty optimistic about human beings, so I don't want to believe that people are motivated by, like, anti-Semitism and stuff, but it is telling that, like, they're focusing so much on those, too.
They're both big, huge, liberal. Thank you, Harley.
Strong
They're Jewish creators. Is it?
Wow,
It could be just be a total
Jews.
fluke, you know. But it just keeps happening, you know.
It's worth noting.
It's worth noting. It's worth noting. We got our eye on
And the
you.
answer is yes, there is more to it. Because at the very least, we have a reasonable level of evidence now that some of the Zionist slot tubers who we've covered on this channel have been paid by
fucking troglodyte.
Zionist organizations.
Now this is insane.
For quote unquote advertising.
So crazy.
And Hassan is not even here to editorialize it, although not that he even would. But this is just insane slander, defamation, completely invented narratives.
And the only reason that we know this is because of FEC filings where these sorts of payments have to be disclosed. It's likely that behind the scenes they're receiving even more money. So all of this is publicly available information from
So now Benetton is saying, you have to disclose this, but somehow this PAC is also doing something illegal and shady where they're paying you even more money. But yet they disclosed this. Makes no fucking sense. It's just full sale invented slander. And again, Benetton can get away with it because he's on the run in South America, running from country to country to avoid liability. These creators like Hassan got so comfortable to watching Benetton, they think they can do it too. They can't.
Well, he had distanced himself from BE at one point, but then BE started attacking you.
Yeah.
So I think I think he became useful again.
You know, I'm sorry this is happening because it's horrible to get both doxxed and to be accused of taking money to defend Israel, which is really just a horrible lie.
It's not great. It's been very stressful at times, but and like the worst part again is I just to be accused of something like that, it really does like shock you when it's not just one or two people in your mentions. It's like hundreds of people in your mentions.
Well, it can really harm your reputation as in your field too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like these people, many of them, maybe most of them they're probably always going to be cut off to me internally because when they see an image of me or my name, they're going to think that I'm this thing that Hassan made up out of thin air. And he has just such a way bigger platform than I do.
So this is what defamation laws are for. Have you considered litigation at all?
No, I'm not trying to listen. That whole situation sounds like a big fucking headache that
it
I
is.
just as soon avoid. But
it's a giant headache.
I don't understand how like this type of thing would be
it's
allowed.
funny when they talk about it that way because I never even because I don't really think that much about like business brain channel growth and how do I get more live view. I don't really think about that stuff, but it is kind of strange to think like, bro, what would my career look like right now if all these people had to just like tell the truth, like if they couldn't lie about you. It's hard to measure because some of these people they're so fucking hateful that their reaction wouldn't be all that. Because even ContraPoints, right? ContraPoints never said anything nice about Israel, right? She just said she didn't like the lefty anti-Zionist destroy Israel camp. She thought they'd gone too far in a useless direction. And she lost, and people reported on that fairly accurately. Like they said, that's what she was saying, and she lost like a fuck ton of subs anyway. But I do wonder sometimes, like, how many people there are who would maybe be curious about watching me, but they're not because they think I'm paid by Israel or paid to support Israel by Americans. I guess that's, I don't know. It's kind of annoying when you think about it. Maybe that's why I don't think about it that much. Hillary lover, lib Zionist, yeah. Big Hillary kill dog. I don't know. Given that it's this many people as well, like, is a class action a thing? I don't know. I think if you start doing things like that, though, like you're only feeding further into their shit, and like defamation's a high bar for a good reason. I don't know how he gets out of that though. How does he get out of that being defamation? Like it's so fucking obviously defamation. Like it might even be defamation per se. I'd need to know about that as well. Like if it's California law or whatever, like if it's defamation per se, then that he can't just claim retardation like a lot of the other people do. He can't just claim that he was too stupid and lazy. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. Can you sue from the UK? Yep, you can do that. That's easy enough. I don't know. Life's too short, though. Life is way too short.
On like Twitch, like to have like one of your largest political streamers using that platform to just egregiously smear somebody else for stuff.
Hello, Dylan. How's it going? Starting not to trust this Hassan fella too much. We were just talking about you. I don't know. As far as conviction goes right now, if all these people with I guess like Ethan's help or whatever, we're saying like, do you want to do like a class action for this like particular? Because it would be so easy to just collect so many fucking clips of him doing it. But I think even despite that, I think in terms of conviction on doing that, I'm like 10% in favor of doing it right now. I would need to have a very a fine lawyer, a fine Jewish lawyer, sell me that fucking notion of going after him.
That, it reveals itself to be ludicrous as he's speaking. The fact that he was approached and all of his friends were, many of his friends were associated with them. It just like doesn't make any sense.
Well, talking about what Twitch allows, I mean, even more blatant, which is blatantly against their terms of service, is the showing of your guys' personal information.
Yeah, even if it comes from a public source, if you post somebody's information like that without their consent, it's just a crystal clear violation of the TOS. But I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath to see if this guy catches any kind of disciplinary action. I reported the VOD, but I mean, I would be shocked if they did anything.
Right.
Yeah, he won't.
Like there are certain conditions, right? Like I'm just mulling it over. If you're going to go for a defamation suit, you have to, like people acknowledge this is a huge headache. It can last years. The motive, like the checklist would be like, well, they have to be pro bono, okay? Like I'm not fucking paying for this headache, like no way. It have to be pro bono or like some organization that just has a very special interest in stopping this. There'd have to be an Israeli lawyer involved because that would be so funny. And I guess the likelihood of failure would have to be like less than 1%. Jewish lawyer, that would be funny. That would be a good start. But Israeli lawyer would be fucking banging. Oh, God. Hey, listen, if Natasha Hausdorff wants to do a pro bono, then we're okay. Yeah, then we're doing it. Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious because she would just get under the people's skin so hard. Can you imagine? Can you imagine her giving her fucking opening statements in front of the jury? Hassan Piker. Oh, God. I don't even really like Hausdorff that much. It would just be, that's just content. Oh, well.
I was going to say, just as a quick aside, I've been kind of watching from the shadows for a little while now. And, I remember watching you and Hassan, you had your podcast. And
what if it's that Arab judge, the Arab judge in Israel who got, who convicted, was it Olmert? I'm sorry. We're just playing, okay? We're just playing.
Thought that was a really interesting dynamic. I thought you guys had really good chemistry, all that. But as soon as you guys had that one argument about capitalism, and then that went on for like a week, that's when I knew. I was like, ooh, this is gonna implode in like the next year. That was the
beginning of the end.
So that was just fascinating to watch because I thought your fracture was so emblematic of just a much larger problem in like leftist online politics. They really will purity test you into oblivion. And then once they decide you're their enemy, those people are way more vicious than MAGA. I used to spar with
the PV did the damage. Yeah, okay, you're an idiot. Yeah, you always say stupid things in chat. I don't even know why you're still here. PV did that. PV had. There's no evidence of any intent from PV. PV was a fucking administrative error, and they came like fucking begging afterwards for forgiveness and everything else. Like PV did not do this damage. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? PV did the damage. Holy shit! Did PV force the hand of these people to invent Zionist influence, or fuck me?
MAGA for years. And that was bad. You know, I had people, you know, typing some really crazy messages to me. But that crowd, when they decide that you're on their enemy list, bro, they go so far above what MAGA does.
They will knowingly lie, but it's in their mind a righteous to do so because you're destroying your opponent. And so even and your opponent is so evil, it is such a huge obstacle to you know, the greater good, that you can say anything about them to smear them. And, you know, ironically, the same kind of type of shit you hear from Scientology. It's what they do to their, you know, their detractors as well.
And Trump. You know, Trump has the same playbook, right?
Well, Hutch, I appreciate you calling in. I'm sorry this is happening to you. And I'm sure that Hassan is going to be facing some very strict disciplinary action from Twitch for this one.
Well, you know, I appreciate you guys having me on and giving me an opportunity to like do some
He just completely blanked that joke, didn't he? Oh god, tough crowd in Hutch. That joke just bounced right off the baldy head, didn't it? Total rebound.
Counter messaging, because again,
dome.
you know, I have like a modest platform,
That's the
right?
Iron Dome right there. That's the real Iron Dome.
But not nearly as big as Hassan's, and so I just feel like there's very limited opportunity for me to clear my name when these kind of smears get out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for inviting
well, thanks
me
for
on.
calling in. I appreciate it as well. So that's Hutch, everybody. If you want to catch his political commentary, which I'm a fan of, I personally think you should be way more popular than you are, and I hope that that does happen for you. People can go follow him on Hutch on YouTube. You're always at it, so you'll always find something there to watch.
Yeah, I go live on Sunday through Friday, starting at like 8:30 a.m. West Coast time and 11:30 a.m. East Coast, and we cover politics for like 4 to 6 hours. And I'm just really trying to be a pragmatic voice. Like I think pragmatism is really important in this moment when we're confronted with Trump. And so that's really what I focus on. And yeah, thank you guys for having me.
All right, Hutch, everybody, thank you very much.
The crew is really quiet when it sounds. Well, this is something they filmed outside of it, but yeah, they are. Yeah, they don't really talk about Hassan. Yeah, cool. Okay, we're getting slopped out now.